What type of sandwich does a cow like to pack for lunch? Peanut butter and jelly. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the stream, my friends. I hope you are well. Oh, welcome in, everybody. Sir Rack of Lamb is first in chat tonight. Sir Rack of Lamb, I got an update on my shipping. My copy of Air Fortress is supposed to arrive on Friday. So, if that turns out to be true, it'll be on the schedule some night for next week. So, we'll see how that goes. But it is supposedly in transit. Welcome to the stream, Chozo Brain. Pleasure to have you here. What Earthworm Gym are we doing is Game Boy tonight, sadly. Doe, welcome in, and thank you again very much for the resub and for the 9 months of support. You've been exceedingly good to me, my friend. Thank you for that. We've also got Game and Fit. Welcome in. I need to try Earthworm Gym someday. Hopefully you won't regret it as much as I do. I feel bad. I feel really bad for everyone who clicks on this thinking, oh boy, I love Earthworm Gym. This'll be a treat. And then all I do is whine and cry about it the whole time. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. Let's see, I'm way behind on the chat. Game and Fit said, let me tell you about mayonnaise. I went to Subway and ordered a sandwich, and this dude, I call him Mayonnaise Boy, unloaded mayo into my sandwich. I was in shock. He emptied both bottles onto my sandwich. Then he goes to the back for more mayo and begins to mayo the sandwich more. So in short, I had mayonnaise with a side of sandwich that day. It goes without saying, Mayo Boy was too legendary to work at Subway for long. I thought that was building up to a pun. And if it did, it flew right over my head. Very welcome, Frownie. Thank you, Doe. Welcome in, Zergling. Sadly, you just missed the first position by a hair, Zergling. Lucent Jelly, welcome in. Thank you, Jelly, for being here with us. Pretty sure I got 350% the recommended daily amount of mayo someone should consume. I mean, were you required to eat it all? Frownie is afraid of condiments, so it's probably a horror story for him. I would have just left the store. The second the first drop of mayo hit my sub, I wouldn't even finish the transaction. I would just flee. I bought a giant pepperoni sausage thing. It's not sliced. I kind of want to deep fry it and see what happens, Chozo said. It'll probably be delicious, and it'll probably take you months to wash away all the grease. Hey Spriven, welcome in. Earthworm Gym, here we go again. We're about to get started. Thank you for the good luck wishes. I appreciate that. Thank you for being here with us. I appreciate your company. Well, if it isn't Agent Frownie, time to turn that frown upside down and play your favorite game. Oh, and Doe, I saw the wheel redemption. Thank you for that. I will get to that once I've caught up on all the chat. Would that not make the cow a cannibal? Zorak of Lamb says. I may have made that same joke on the stream at some point. I don't recall. We're at like 500 or 600 jokes over the lifespan of the stream. I can't remember them all. Game Boy games are jank, we all know this. Not all Game Boy games. The thing is, Earthworm Jim is jank. Type 1 in chat if I should deep fry the giant pepperoni sausage. 2 if I should keep it for homemade pizza, Chozo says. And immediately got a 1. Obey the internet. Hey, Mile High Rule, welcome in. Hey cows, welcome in. You're just in time for the first Earthworm Gym run, and Sparrow, welcome in as well. This is how I do gift subs because I like giving them to people who are active in chat. This is the first time I haven't someone at me instantly. Did I miss something? Oh, first person to at me who isn't sub gets a gift sub, Chozo says. Well, thank you for the offer, Chozo. That's and thank you for the gift sub. That's very kind of you. I very much appreciate it. Dead Zergling, there you go. Take a key for coming in. Thank you very much for the support, my friends. For keeping the stream healthy and happy. Let's see what happens to me when I spin this wheel, eh? We got the fiery habanero. Supposedly one of the less intense sauces, but I don't believe it for a moment. If you haven't seen it before, it's Marie Sharp's brand, gold label, fiery hot habanero pepper sauce. I know it doesn't, all the glare, it doesn't show up very well on the camera, but I did my best. Isaac. He got a makeover recently. Well, I guess like 2 weeks ago. It's been a while. Isaac's looking forward to the summer. He's already prepared. We had like 4 days of 70-degree weather last week, and then over the weekend there was a snowstorm. And now it's been in the 30s every day since. Alright, here we go. I had breakfast tacos for dinner. They have habanero salsa on them. I always think that prepares me, and then I'm always wrong. Okay. Here we got generous sample, and here we go. Here it comes. Oh. Oh. We're gonna be okay. My cheek, the inside of my right cheek is really lit up, and it's such a strange place. It's such a, like, I never feel a burn in my cheeks. But that's the part of my face that's lighting up right now. Oh. No pain, no gain, Spriven says. It's, we're gonna be alright. It's mostly faded to tolerable. Hey, Defiant Salem, welcome in. Good to have you here. The winter weather, yeah, and see, the thing is, like, I'm usually, like, I'm the guy that, like, I want the, like, snow and ice and the cold weather, but I have to say, I got a little spoiled by those few days of 70-degree weather because every day I was going out and going for a walk in the evening, and that was really nice. And then that got taken away from me before it could get old. All right, let's get my big head out of the way. Catch up with the chat here. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. There's a board game I played, Game and Fit says, years ago that used keys that looked like the sub-badges. It's a board game that used a DVD to randomize how the game went. The sub-badges are inspired by Ghosts and Goblins, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, when you get a key at the end of each level. I like the taste of habanero, but it'll get you on the rebound every time. Habanero is one of my favorite peppers. It's the one I can get, like, of the peppers, of the peppers I can obtain with the most ease. Habanero is my favorite among them. There are other peppers I like. Like, I really like ghost peppers too, but they're harder to come by where I live. It's getting hot in California, not bad yet, but enough to be uncomfortable. It's getting colder in Australia. I love it, Chozo says. I'm jealous, Chozo. Feel the burn. I saw the Mario movie today, Mile Hyrule says. Right on. I hope you enjoyed it. No, Game and Fit did. Thank you for sharing the joke, Jelly. Mortal Kombat 95. Haven't seen it, Scriven. We're almost ready to start pushing some buttons. It's great how a video game movie should be made. Stayed true to the game, but changed just enough to be a great movie, Mile Hyrule says. Right on. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Habanero's my favorite too, Doe says. Right on. Yeah, I like the sort of, like, I like the level of heat of habanero, and I like the sort of fruity quality it has. Alright, Earthworm Jim on the Game Boy. A very impressive demake. Like, they did a great job converting a 16-bit game to only 8 bits. Looks great, sounds, I mean, okay for a Game Boy game. It's got, like, almost everything. Very little is cut, so far as I've seen from the original. Sadly, it's still Earthworm Jim, which is a game that I do not enjoy. But I have to keep playing it because I can't let it beat me, right? I think I've tried this game. I think this is the 4th time we played it on the stream. 4th or 5th. Time to ew. Oh, I've got some coffee coming. At 8 bits, I figured this was a Tiger wristwatch game. Actually, you know what? We always play with the same, like, lasagna color palette. Why don't we see about... There we go. That looks pretty good. Let's not do that. Oh, they all look terrible. Every option looks horrible. Let's go with this. The classic Game Boy shades of green. One moment, my friends. Alright, thank you, Jelly, for the coffee. These are all pretty abysmal, Cal says. Sparrow says, I thought C1 was pretty good. I'll give it another look. C1? You know what? That actually, like, Jim looks really close to, like, the shades that, like, I picture him in. It looks kind of washed out. Alright, Sparrow. We'll live with C1 for a while. I agree, C1 is good, Game and Fit says. Alright, alright. I'm glad to... I'm glad to hear we've got multiple lines of approval here. Please, game. Why? Why? What? I've never had this much trouble here before. What is going on? This has never happened. Oh my goodness. I hate this game. It never ceases to find new ways to irritate me. That was unbelievable. Hooray for the successful coffee delivery. It's too hot to enjoy just yet. Salem says, sitting here blasting a three-way split between Chaos Moon, Frost Moon Eclipse, and Benighted in Sodom. Yay, D-Make. I'm sad to say I am not very well acquainted with any genre of metal. Dynamite, welcome in. Are you good? I'm not. I'm playing Earthworm Jim. It's impossible for me to be good. I hope you're good. That was kind of my fault, climbing up there too eagerly. I will admit that. I've been banned from coffee after the Starbucks incident of 05, Game & Fit says. I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it. I've got to have my coffee. Did I miss something? Frownie, are you taking this from the top or from a save? There are no saves, Sparrow. It's always from the top. Yesterday I heard one of the levels in this game had music that was very similar to the music in Popeye for C64. We'll have to keep an ear out. Oh no. I really like Popeye on the C64. I don't know if I could... Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch the music, though. As much as I like that game, I don't know that I can hear the music in my head. Popeye sounds very painful. It might become apparent as soon as we hear it, but don't quote you may be way off. Fair enough. I feel like the music in Popeye is very high-pitched. That's like, the one quality that I think might give it away. Like that boss, I don't like it at all. Too much trouble. It's very bassy and low-pitched, actually. Well, I don't know anything about anything. Don't listen to me. The hearts you collect have a high-pitched melody? That's probably what I'm hearing, then. That's probably what I'm hearing in my memory, is the little jingle the hearts make. I didn't take that as a slight, Sparrow. I just took it as yet another indication of how poor my memory, particularly my musical memory, can be. Bubsy is on Switch, if I remember correctly. I have Bubsy 1 and 2. I sadly don't have the notorious Bubsy 3, Bubsy 3D. That would probably be a lot of fun to suffer through. Oh, so we're not just doing Earthworm Jim tonight, my friends. We're doing probably 2 runs at Earthworm Jim. But then the rest of the night is going to be devoted to our favorite plug-and-play, 50 video games included. Last time we accomplished a big chunk of the games. I mean, we came across 2 that I wasn't able to clear, that one of them may not have an ending. And the other one is just impossibly difficult after several hours. Well, maybe not several hours, but after like an hour or 2 of attempts, I've come to conclude that beating it may just be beyond me. But we did finish 2 or 3 of the titles. So we'll explore some more unknown territory in that tonight. My beloved 50 video games included, Cow says. I love your enthusiasm for it. There's a new Bubsy game, Paws on Fire, $25. Goodness. I'll wait for a clearance price. The director of the original Bubsy 3D went on to make a zombie game called Days Gone. It's an okay game, mixed reception. I feel like I've heard the title. But, don't really know much about it. Dynamite says, we should make a list of game characters that are basically dead, as in will never be seen in a new game again. Earthworm Jim, James Pond, Bubsy. Spyro, Arrow the Acrobat. How about, how about the guy from Journey to Silius? He's a game character that will never be seen again. Is this particular track? This is the track? Yeah, you'd have to send me the Popeye music, Sparrow. Or better yet, maybe just post it in the Discord, because if I listen to it now, no one else is going to be able to hear it anyway, so. If you can post it in the Discord, I can listen to it on a BRB or after the stream. Uh-oh. I'd love to see Glover come back to life, Game & Fit says. I've never played Glover. I've heard very mixed things about it. Give me that chicken. Whoa. Hey Derek Ocean, welcome in. Happy Wednesday to you. Welcome to my nightmare. The ever disgusting Earthworm gym. This color scheme is so washed out. I like Glover, underrated game, Derek says. I'll have to see for myself someday. A Punch-Out game on Switch using the Joy-Cons or Pro Controller would be a dream come true for me too. Did you play the one on the Wii Game & Fit? To say it's the same is not true at all, but the chord progression is very similar, Sparrow says. I haven't played Glover either, but heard very good things. I feel like it's one of those titles that's done like Glover is one of those titles that's done a 180. I feel like all I used to hear was bad things, and now all I hear is good things. Battletoads came back, Dynamite says, but I don't know one person that played that game. I think the Battletoads return was less about a passion for bringing back Battletoads, and more about an attempt to cash in on people prank calling GameStop. There are 4 new games for Genesis on the Switch, right on. Buck Bumble I liked too. Buck Bumble has the greatest theme song of any video game. If you haven't heard the title music for Buck Bumble, you need to correct that immediately because it is amazing. I've never played the game, but I love that title theme. As long as you don't pick the inverted controls, Glover isn't bad. People have very strong opinions on inverted and non-inverted controls, and I feel like I can play with either. I missed the Wii Punch-Out game, and Fit says. I haven't, I have that one digitally on the Wii U, but I haven't actually ever played it. Street Fighter 2 is on the Genesis for Switch now. The PlayStation 1 version is terrible. PlayStation 1 version of what? Buck Bumble? Ready to Rumble Boxing was a good bit of fun, Game and Fit says. I heard Buck Bumble after your advice, Sparrow says. It's a very typical UK two-step garage music. It's very typical UK two-step garage music, so if you like it, you might like that style too. Maybe Glover can be added to the Nintendo 64 Switch Online. This is just 8-bit Earthworm Jim. It is Chozo. It's a very competent demake. It includes almost everything from the Super NES game. There are a couple things that get cut. There's a mini-boss on this level that gets cut out. Or a phase of a boss, you might call it. And I think there's one whole level that got cut out, at least. I haven't been through the whole game, so I haven't seen all of it. I like the first Earthworm Jim and absolutely despise the second game, Chozo says. I don't really like either. I feel like after playing this, the Super NES Earthworm Jim may feel like a masterpiece. Oh, I'm fighting this guy wrong. No, I'm supposed to be doing the whip, but it's very hard. The game always wants to fire the gun when you want to do the whip. There we go. I have a feeling people pick the inverted controls as I believe they're default and it ruins it for them, Chozo says. I mean, for Nintendo 64 games, inverted controls were almost always the default, I think. I'm still waiting on Mission Impossible for N64, Derek says. I should do a two-step garage DJ set if I ever get back on the decks, Sparrow says. I've played a few garage tracks here and there. I'm being overwhelmed with music ideas right now. It's a good thing. I love to hear it. Beautiful Joe. Now there's a guy we may not see again. One of my buddies in high school really liked Beautiful Joe. At least the first one. I think there's two, right? I don't remember if there are two games or if there are supposed to be two games. I feel like I've heard something about that game ending on a cliffhanger or something. I called the Nintendo hotline about Mission Impossible. They simply said, "Stop calling every day," Derek said. I hope that's a true story. Don't tell me if it's not. I'm gonna choose to believe it. There are two. Lost time? Lost time. No, I was wrong. I need more ammo. You haven't heard about 50 video games included, Derek? 50 video games included is that plug-and-play collection that I'm always going on and on about how wonderful it is. It's like an Action 52 collection. And we've played, like, I don't know, we've played like 12 of the games so far, I think. It's hard to say for sure. The most recent one we played was Power Robot. Which was devastatingly janky. Last time we played it, we played Burbles and Cannonade, which are both like Space Invader clones. We played Island, which was It was definitely a clone of something, but I can't think of what. You had to push eggs to knock enemies off a platform. I think we played one other game too, but I don't remember what it was, and we played Power Robot. Yeah, it's kind of like Action 52, but it's a different collection of games. The best collection of games ever, Cal says. The very first night we played it, Cal's went out and immediately bought a copy. Rocket Knight and the Goemon characters are as well are gone, Dynamite says. Yeah, I think you're right about that. They did make a Rocket Knight on the Xbox 360, I think. I had Sparkster on the Super Nintendo as a kid, and that game is just flat out impossible. We should throw it on the stream some night, but the thing is, I'll be sad to start it because it's just unbeatable. Rocket Knight was my jam, Derek says. Doe, thank you for the gift sub. Thank you very much for that, my friend. Derek Ocean, take a key for coming in, Derek. I think I missed something back there. I feel like I tend to miss whatever that is up there. Oh. No, I don't. And yes, I'm glad I got it. The beginning of the end. The submarine. The extinguisher of all joy. I have a Goemon game too that I really want to play all the way through. It's you know who I feel sorry for? The guy with no name from Donkey Kong 3. That's Stanley. Stanley the Bugman. He does indeed have a name. But yeah, I don't know if he's ever appeared in anything else. I feel like he's made a cameo in something. Maybe one of the Game & Watch Gallery games. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna see, like, the Adventures of Stanley anytime soon. I have a Goemon game on the Nintendo 64, Goemon's Great Adventure, that I really want to get around to playing. It's one I've been sitting on for years. My cousin had it when we were kids, and I played it once with him, and I thought, oh, this is a lot of fun. And then I wanted to get a copy, but I never found one for myself. And for the longest time, and I eventually did. I traded someone for it. I traded a copy of Ocarina of Time for it, like a duplicate copy. Because I had three or four copies of that game at one point. But I've never made the time to sit down with it and play through it. I've only ever played the first, like, couple levels. I feel sorry for people who own Mortal Kombat Advance on GBA, Chozo says. Worst levels in the original game, these water levels, I hate them. I hate these water levels, Chozo. But I think I hate, even more than the water levels, I hate that bungee jumping level. I think that is the part of the game that really just makes me despise Earthworm Jim. There are two Famicom Goemon sequels that look amazing, but I wouldn't be able to enjoy them because they're so text-heavy in Japanese, yeah. That's what I think most of the Goemon games are kind of top-down games, if I'm not mistaken. I don't really know them that well. But like, from the screenshots I've seen, most of them look like they're sort of top-down perspective. And what I liked about Goemon's Great Adventure was that it's largely side-scrolling, if not entirely. Much more to my taste, action-wise. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Time to be miserable. The big submarine race. I've already lost. It's so terrible. This thing demands absolute millisecond perfection. The timer is impossible. If you get held up for half a second, you don't have enough time to make it. So, you know, now it's just like... I mean, I'm probably gonna explode anyway, but... Oh, I hate this so much. If there was ever a group of people who I wanted to break into their homes and hide a rubber spider in their sock drawer, it's the people that made this game. I need some revenge. This is like playing Operation with an NES controller. It's not possible. The silly lengths I will go to prove a point nobody cares about, Sparrow says. I gotta go, Doe says. Wish I could stay longer, my friend. I'm gonna put it on lurk. Thank you for the lurk, Doe. Thank you again for the for supporting the stream with your subs and gift subs. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and hopefully we'll get to see you again real soon. Most of the action levels in Goemon are side-scrolling, Dynamite says. Just moving through the towns and shops that are in the beat-em-up camera view. Oh, right on. If you're making like a crossover like fighting game with like all the like popular battle mechs from like, you know, like film and television and anime and all that stuff, like, you know, like the Power Rangers bots, and I guess I've never seen it, but isn't Evangelion all about giant robots? Like things like that. Would you include the Statue of Liberty from Ghostbusters 2? Does that qualify as a battle mech? I think so. The problem is, no matter which stage you choose to fight on, if someone selects that character, the music that plays has to be "Your Love Is Lifting Me Higher." Because that's the only way the Statue of Liberty functions. Can't do it, Frownie. I would not ever want to see her lose, Dynamite says. Thank you, Sparrow. I posted the music superimposed over one another in the music channel. So people can say, wow, I so don't care. Hopefully I'll remember. I'll try and give it a listen on if I take a BRB tonight. I'm sure I will at some point. I can be awfully forgetful, though. Hey, we've got a raid coming in. Seer, welcome in. Welcome to my nightmare. The worst level in Earthworm Jim on the Game Boy. I'm floundering. I'm blundering. I'm stumbling. Everything is going wrong. Thank you for the raid. That was very kind of you. Welcome to your friends as well. I'm on the clock right now, but I'm certainly going to catch up with you in the chat here in just a moment. In the meantime, tell us about your stream. What were you doing tonight, and how did it go? I would love to know. Earthworm Jim is a game that a lot of people love, particularly the Super NES and Genesis versions. I am not one of those people. I gotta warn everybody. If you love Earthworm Jim, you may be unhappy with my feelings toward him. He has tormented me a lot, and this Game Boy game is one I've been unable to beat, so I keep torturing myself with it. I can't make any forward progress. That one part of the tunnel just ruins every attempt. My hand is aching from playing this. Oh, I hate this so much. All right, what were you all doing tonight? Beacon Pines. I don't know what that is. What style of game is that? Through dangers untold and hardships unnumbered, the vintage Tomorrowians have raided their way to your stream. I like that. Hardships unnumbered. That is, I'm afraid, what you've stumbled into over here. Played Beacon Pines. Basically a Which Way book turned into a game. Oh. It was a lot of fun. Did a full playthrough. Right on. Glad you're having good times. Don't think I ever finished Earthworm Jim as a kid. I didn't either. I beat it for the first time on the stream the Super NES version, like 2 years ago. And then this is one I try this game every couple months. Every couple months I lose what little intelligence I have and foolishly drop this game onto the schedule yet again. I do have to raid and run. We went 8 hours. Oh, no worries, Sierra. I appreciate you. I appreciate the raid and you trusting us with your people. We will endeavor to take good care of them. And by all means, take good care of yourself. Get some rest, recover, have a great night. Basically, any bump that kills your momentum, one single momentum killing bump, I've had 2 now, is just enough to ruin everything. 3. If you bump and you take a little bit of damage, it's not really the end of the world. It's when you get sit backward. No! This could have been it. I hate this game so much. I can't express how much I hate it. Basically, Earthworm Jim 1. Earthworm Jim 2 is, Earthworm Jim 2 is a Game Boy Advance game. I think it got ported. But this is basically a carbon copy of Earthworm Jim 1, just converted down to 8 bits. So far there's one mini boss and I think 1 level missing from the Game Boy version. But it's overall, it's pretty intact. It has all the awful, torturous set pieces. There's an optional boss fight in the original that is also available here, again as an optional boss fight. The version of it that's in this game is super watered down. Oh, I really wish this was not a family-friendly stream. I have some things I would really like to say right now. I beat the 16-bit version as an adult, and they were painful games. I really only liked the music some of the time. Earthworm Jim is just so unbelievably annoying. It's a game I wish I could like, because like it's almost like Battletoads, right? Where it's got like tons of variety, and it's maybe trying a bit too hard to be kind of quirky and random and weird. Earthworm Jim, but it's still mostly kind of fun in its style. It looks alright, it's got alright music. But the thing is, like, it does all these different things, and they're all super aggravating. So I can't have any goodwill toward the game. Because of things like this submarine. Which is just the most awful experience of your life. And then it's immediately followed up by a bungee jumping level, which is even worse. Even worse than this. Like, look at how much I hate this, and there's something I hate even more. Hey, Buddha Fingers, welcome in. Welcome to, the most frustrating and miserable experience this side of Echo the Dolphin. See, we're at the point, I've lost so many lives here, it doesn't even matter if I clear it. Because even if I clear it, I'm not gonna make it any further. Because I've bled away too many lives. This stage is miserable, the stage after it's miserable. The stage after that is slightly less miserable. That's the best thing I can say about the game, is some parts are slightly less miserable than others. I'm miserable. I'm miserable. I hate everything right now. I'm not gonna continue because I've lost too many lives. We're just gonna have to restart. Who made you play this? They need a paddling, Chozo says. Unfortunately, the villain, the true villain of the stream is the same character that it always is. It's Agent Frownie. Hey Zeldavania, welcome in. Welcome to undiluted misery. Maybe I shouldn't show the similarities of the Popeye music after all. It might ruin Popeye for you, Sparrow says. From the top. Budafingers, I would love a game where you played as the evil cat. If the evil cat were the main character and the purpose of the game was to destroy Earthworm Jim, I would love that game. I can't love this game because it's a bizarre mirror version of what I would love. Isn't there a minigame where you are the cat? Not that I'm aware of. There may be, like, secrets hidden that I don't know about. That's entirely likely. But, I don't think I've played a minigame like that. I think you're another playable character at some point briefly. There's the junkyard level. There's the bungee jumping, the submarines. The escort mission, the spiky level, the level where you ride in the thing. I don't know. I can't say that you're wrong. All I can say is I don't recall. I don't recall playing as another character. But my memory is not to be trusted. I've only beaten the Super NES game one time. Oh, yeah. You play as Jim outside of his suit a few times. That definitely occurs at least twice in the game, but that's the closest I can picture in my mind. Duck something, welcome in. Pleasure to have you with us. This is the best version. I'm happy for you that you can find enjoyment in it. I'm delighted to have you here with us on the stream. I am going to disappoint you, though. I am not a fan of this game. That's got me feeling like reaching for the reset button right there. To die on stage 1? Yeah, we need our lives for later. I'm gonna reset. A death on stage 1 we shouldn't have to live with. I'm giving you fair warning. Pete the puppy, I think you control him one of them. You definitely, well, you follow, there's a level where you follow him around and you use your whip to make him jump. It's like an escort mission, but you don't control him directly. At least not, you know. Again, not that I recall, for what it's worth, which isn't a whole lot. Earthworm Jim we shouldn't have to live with, Buddhafinger says. Oh, because I said we shouldn't have to live with a death on stage 1. It's rough, it's rough. It's better than E.T. I'll give you that. It's probably better than E.T. It feels more painful right now because this is what I'm playing, but pound for pound, this is certainly a better game than E.T. E.T. on the 2600 needs an HD remaster to show them kids what real video games are, Chozo says. E.T. on the 2600 has like a 6-minute gameplay loop, and it took me 12 hours to beat. It's crazy. How can you remaster perfection, Sparrow says. Well, for one, Sparrow, they could use your audio track. If the Genesis version controlled well, I would say that's the best version due to the wider aspect ratio, though the graphics and music are better on the Super NES version, Chozo says. I think that the Genesis version, I think I've heard the Genesis version has an extra level too, right? I think there's a level missing from the Super NES version. The animations in this, like, are crazy good. I will give it tons of praise there. We need a PlayStation 5 Dono Go, Chozo says. When ET Remastered comes out, then we'll start to think about it. Jank forever. Hey, Long, welcome in. Duck something, thank you for the follow. I very much appreciate you coming on board. We'll get to them. We'll get to them, Chozo. I'll get some hardware that can play them. Am I correct that most of those are playable on the? Am I correct that most of those are playable on the Steam Deck? Because that might be the piece of hardware that I lean toward eventually picking up for those. If they keep making them in the, ideally, the price comes down a little bit. That might be the way to go. Only the Steam Deck has the raw power to play Game Boy. Oh, Game Boy I've got covered. Game Boy I'm good because we're using a real, like, this is a real Super Nintendo with the Super Game Boy. I've got all the official hardware for that, so we're good on Game Boy. OG hardware for the win. I mean, as often as I can. I'll certainly, you know, emulate if there's something I really have to play, and that's the only way I'm able to do it. But Demon Souls and Bloodborne are only on the PlayStation consoles, Chozo says. Alright, so I would be missing out then. More Jim, you love punishment, Long said. I missed that. Yeah. I want to be able to beat it. And that's why I keep playing. I only play it every couple months. E.T. presents Coinbase's Guide to the Galaxy. Kids, get your parents' cards. Our offshore processors are standing by. This is my favorite level in the 16-bit version, Long says. I don't know what my favorite level would be in the 16-bit version. Maybe the junkyard level. For me, Earthworm Jim might peak early. Is this related to the inequitable desquamation? I have no idea what that is. Operation Streaming Fist. Welcome in. Pleasure to have you here. Oh, yuck. I forgot about that fire, but there's a chicken right here, so we're okay. It's probably not then. How's it going? No complaints, Streaming Fist. I mean, this game really twists me in knots. This game has me very much out of sorts. But other than that, you know, I'm pretty fine. I hope you're doing well, Streaming Fist. That Scott Ward, welcome in. Pleasure to have you with us. Hope you're having a wonderful night, and welcome to Earthworm Jim. Earthworm Jim on the Game Boy is a super impressive demake. It's amazing that they were able to capture so much of the 16-bit game in 8 bits. I really think it looks good. Sounds alright. The problem is Earthworm Jim in 8 bits is still Earthworm Jim. Which is a game that I just cannot bring myself to love. So I've spent a great deal of my time with this game very frustrated. Earthworm Jim is hard even on the consoles. It is. It is. I've beaten the Super NES game. I beat that one for the very first time like 2 years ago on the stream, and then I played this one not that long afterward. And this is a game I tend to pick this up once every couple months. I haven't been able to beat it, and it's hard to make myself try. It's really all down to 2 parts. There are 2 parts of this that I really despise, that kind of ruin the rest of the experience for me. It's the long submarine section and the bungee jumping section. If it weren't for those, I think I would enjoy the game overall. But my experience with those 2 parts is so bad that it kind of sours everything for me. There we go. Earthworm Jim is my Battletoads, Long says. I played it so much, I can just go through the game now. That's my, Super Ghouls and Ghosts. I played it so much as a kid that I just became good at it, and so I don't feel the difficulty that, like, I intellectually know how hard it is, but, I don't feel the difficulty the same way everyone else does anymore. What are the controls like? Do you have to press 2 buttons together, the whip? No, the whip, it's worse than that long. The whip is to tap the attack button. It's A to jump, and then B to shoot or whip. If you tap the B button, you're supposed to get a whip, and if you hold it, you're supposed to shoot. But, like, it doesn't always read correctly. It might be better on an actual Game Boy. I think because the Super Game Boy, I mean, yeah, it's not good. It's not good no matter what, but it might be a little better on an actual Game Boy because the Super Game Boy runs games very slightly faster. I think the window for the tap is more narrow, and I think that's why I get a lot of bad inputs regarding it. There's an extra life over there. I want that. Nice. I have a story about Battletoads. I finally do so well on it until the first time I got to Rat Race, and in Rat Race, if you finish it too fast, the game soft locks. I've been right there with you. I've been right there with you, Scott. I quit at that point. I was so mad. No, you're fine. You're fine. Sharing a story and chatting a lot, that's perfectly welcome. When I ask, the only time I would ask someone to stop spamming would be if they were copy pasting the same thing over and over again, or kept posting large blocks of text that had nothing to do with anything that we were talking about, like. Sharing stories and chatting is definitely encouraged. Thank you for the follow, Scott Ward. Very much appreciated. Game and Fit says, I was playing Prey today, first-person shooter. Found a dude crying in the corner, and me, always testing what I can get away with in my games, decided to shoot the guy thinking nothing would happen. Killed him, and my character said, hey, are you okay? Boom. Oh, I guess not. We need an Earthworm gym on a calculator, Chozo said. Scott said I beat Earthworm Gym 2 when I was a kid. Right on. I've played a little bit of that one, but I've not really given it a try. That was an accomplishment being like 10 years old. Unreal, that's already the hardest level to begin with. Shaking my head. The rat race level, Dynamite says. I just gave up. I felt like I basically did speedrun levels and it ruined me. Earthworm Gym 2 is easier, you think? I imagine I'll get to it eventually. Though if I commit to beating this one first, I have my doubts. I beat Earthworm Gym. I beat Battletoads myself for the first time last month. It was a 3-month journey for me. I started Battletoads in the last week of December, and then I played it like 2 or 3 times a week for 3 months until I could finally beat it. I did pretty well. With it. I got kind of stuck on stage 5. It took me a little while to get past stage 5. And then I got really stuck on stage 9. And then I got super stuck on stage 11. The Clinger Winger. I was there for weeks at the Clinger Winger. Yep. For weeks, I couldn't figure out how to do that level. Keep in mind, like I'm playing this all on original hardware, and so like, you know, like, and I'm playing it legit. Like I'm not doing any like glitches or cheats or skips. So like I play the game, and when I game over, like that's it. So like when I say I'm stuck on this level, it's not like I have a save state and I'm playing only that level. I keep game overing and playing through the whole game again to get back to this level and then fail again. So it was an adventure. But now I'm pretty decent at Battletoads, and I've beaten it, you know, over the past few weeks. I've beaten it about a dozen times. And I'm pretty confident now that anytime I put the game in and turn it on, I'm going to be able to make it through. So it was a journey that was ultimately all worth it in the end. But it was a nightmare to get there. I never saw you do it. I kept joining as you were doing the last level, Long says. Someday, Long. You know, now that I can beat it, I can't stop playing it. Hey Cleef, welcome in. Pleasure to have you with us. How am I doing? I'm doing all right. I'm really struggling with this this Earthworm gym game. It's got me feeling a bit negative, especially at certain parts. But outside of that, I've got nothing to complain about. Hopefully all is well for you. Yeah, so far the only two things that I know are missing from this game are the phase 1 of this boss, and there's a level later on that's missing. But I mean, the part of this boss that's missing isn't much of a thing to be missing. I mean, all it is jumping over a fire a couple times, right? It's not really a big chunk. It is something that's gone, and we should count it as such, but it's not a tremendous loss. They even put in this repeated padding filler level. They even put this in. Over and over again, just like in the original. Not quite Battletoads level, but that's like when I tell people I beat Kid Icarus as a kid. That one I've never played. I'd like to give that one a go. I have it on the NES and the Game Boy, but haven't played either version yet. You try and get caught up here. Sometimes I miss some of the chat, so if I miss something that you have to say, apologies. I try my best, but I'm not perfect at catching it all. Parts of Earthworm Jim 2 are crazy, though. Like the one where you have to chase a filing cabinet around? I don't know, we'll have to see. It's a good game, honestly. I loved it as a child. Clinger Winger, never saw you do it. It was really funny. He finished Battletoads and pressed the button to skip the ending by text by accident. I robbed myself. I think you're really a patient person to play these games, Cleef says. Thank you, Cleef. That's you know, I don't brag about my gaming talents, or I try not to, but I will say I will say that I do think I am a tremendously maybe not tremendously patient, but tremendously persistent. I don't know that I could truthfully say I'm really patient, because I don't tend to endure these games very gracefully. I do a lot of complaining. I do a lot of crying when these games bully me. So I don't know if I'm quite patient, but I do try to never give up. So maybe persistent. I didn't know about it till after I beat it, but if you pause a split second before the turns on the Klinger Winger and change the input direction, it's way easier. Do we consider that cheating? So someone fed me that strategy, Dynamite. Eventually I was stuck there for so long that I relaxed the no back seating policy and told the chat that I would listen to advice for the Klinger Winger, and that was a suggestion that was given to me. But to me, that felt more like cheating than what I wanted to do. So I didn't use that strategy, but I did hear about it. Yes, then he refused to use it, Circling says. Yaden, welcome in. Persistently patient. Pleasure to have you here, Yaden. I hope you're doing well. I have a hate-hate relationship with Kid Icarus. I've missed that before. It's a weird one. The Sega version has exclusive levels. And the Mega CD is the extended version. I don't know which game we're talking about there. PS3 Remaster has 4 new levels as well. I think we're talking about Earthworm Jim. Kid Icarus isn't terribly bad, but the first few levels are a gauntlet. After that, it's great. Never got on with Kid Icarus, Long says. One of my earliest streams, I struggled mightily with it, Yaden says. Never played as a kid, so no nostalgia feels, and was miserable the whole time. I did finish, however. Right on. That's so Frownie, Long says, for refusing to use the advice. Sound effects in Kid Icarus kind of creeped me out. Sound effects and music. I want this section to be hard. This section is hard. This section is the part of this level here is the part of the game that oh no, you were imitating me. I got. Well, either way, this level of the game here, the submarine race coming up, actually on the next level, is the part that kind of ruins this whole experience for me. Hey Persephone, welcome in. Welcome to Earthworm Jim, the current king of pain. Forgot to ask Frownie what was for dinner tonight. Hamburger, cheese, and bacon for me, Zergling says. I had breakfast tacos. Bacon, eggs, fried potato with some habanero salsa inside of fresh tortillas. It was delicious. I was talking about Earthworm Jim, the one with the different levels. Right on. thank you. I fall too far behind, and then I have difficulty deciphering which comments go with which topics sometimes. I just bit my tongue with my molar while struggling, and while sneezing, and I'm struggling. That's rough, Scott. Hang in there. This level is the hardest on the 16-bit as well. I definitely struggled with it, the long submarine race. But I don't know if that's the worst part or if the bungee jumping is the worst part for me. I kind of really hate both parts. Real world problems. I bite my tongue sometimes when I'm trying to go to sleep. I don't know what it is, but sometimes as I'm trying to fall asleep, I'll have like a sudden like reaction or something, and I'll end up biting my tongue, and it's the worst. Not only does it hurt, but it adds a tremendous delay to my actual falling asleep. These are all okay. These early submarine parts here, they're very reasonable. The next one is unforgivable. I bit my tongue so hard once a white spot grew and I had to have it removed. It wasn't nice. That sounds terrifying long. I bite my tongue probably 60% of the time I sneeze, usually with a canine. So I instantly have a mouth filled with blood. Oh no. Add that to my list of fears. What's going on with y'all? I didn't know there was a Game Boy version of this, Yaden says. Unfortunately, there is. It's super, I keep saying this, it's super impressive, right? This is a Game Boy game. It's a you know, for an 8-bit version of a 16-bit game, looks great. It's just as I keep saying, the biggest problem is that it's still Earthworm Jim. So all the things that are frustrating in the original are here, and they're super frustrating here as well. Hey Tusk, welcome in. Thank you for the wheel. We'll give that a spin. If you're curious about the Wheel of Scorchin, my friends, you can use the command wheel to see what is currently present on the wheel. I'm going to give it a spin, and we'll take a sample of whatever it chooses for me. Good to have you back, Tusk. Feel like I haven't seen you in a little while. And Driftwood, welcome in. Pleasure to have you here as well. And I'm doing pretty good, Tusk. Only thing bothering me right now is Earthworm Jim on Game Boy. We have landed on warheads. Nice. It's the only thing on the wheel that's not technically spicy, but sour. And it's a treat to land on it. So I've got a giant bag of Warheads candies, and I'll pick a flavor at random and enjoy it. I've been a busy little bee. We've got, it's green. That's apple, right? Green apple. It's a big bag. Yeah, Warheads are gonna be on the wheel for a long time. I don't think I've ever seen that many of them at once. My mouth is watering thinking about eating those, even though I haven't had them in like 20 years. Ever had toxic waste candies? I have not, Scott. What are those sour as well? It defeats my coming in hot statement, but all the same fun. Yeah, sorry. I remembered these, and they're an abrasive food, right? So they don't, while they're not spicy, they kind of fit the theme of the wheel. If you stretch it a little bit. And it's nice to have an excuse to have something delicious. Coming in sour. They're supposed to be super sour. It's not as bad as was hyped to me, but they're pretty good. I've got to buy some new stuff for the wheel pretty soon. So I'll try and remember. I'll see if toxic waste candies are something that's available to me. If I remember. And maybe pick them up. Not guaranteed, but I'll definitely try and remember to consider them. Mm-hmm. Ooh. It's good. I like it. I swear. Oh, it lasts so briefly. You see, they come with a reward, though, the Warheads. That's what's good about them. It's like you endure that sour punch, and then you just have a sweet, delicious candy to enjoy for a while. I used to get these all the time when I was in high school, though, and I would eat them so frequently. Sometimes I would eat so many at once that I would actually get like a chemical burn on my tongue. Not a wise move. That citric acid is no joke. No, it's certainly not. If you have them again and again and again, it'll definitely get you. My sister and I used to one-up each other by picking a number first and then eating that many at once. Oh. I did that to myself with a kiwi once. A chemical burn from kiwi. Did you used to watch the Earthworm Jim cartoon? I did not long. I knew a cartoon existed, but I don't think I've ever seen it. I feel like I saw it advertised. And I think at one point I had like like a Happy Meal toy. That was something Earthworm Jim related. I don't think I have that anymore. Cartoon was great. Dynamite says, I worked at retail. Had a guy that kept returning Jolly Ranchers, saying that somehow the bag was all grape again by accident. He did it multiple times and finally realized when I saw his hair in the bag, he just hated the grape ones and was eating all the other flavors and putting the grape back into the bag and returning them for a new bag. That's a pretty bold move. Spent like an hour eating a single kiwi, and it made my tongue super raw. I was just nibbling at it because it was so good. All right, well, I'll try to keep that in mind too next time I'm eating a kiwi to have it swiftly. You'd probably prefer the cartoon to the games. Alright, here we go. Here's where all the fun ends. This is it. The long submarine ride that tortures me. This is the thing that makes me so ill-tempered when I play this game. Agent Frownie, grumpiest man on Twitch. When people ask me why I'm called Agent Frownie, that's what I should tell them. I used to be Agent Smiley, but then I played Earthworm Jim on the Game Boy. And now I'll never smile again. No! Everything in life is bad. I have dozens of retail stories, I feel like Game & Fit says. Kind of messed up. I have very similar stories with patients I worked in when I worked in a clinic. It was actually heavier than a normal bag. He must have been letting them build up over time. That's the move. That's the move right there. This is the new Klinger Winger? Well, not really. The thing with Klinger Winger was that I didn't... The thing about the Klinger Winger was I didn't know how to perform it. I didn't... It was a matter of not knowing what to do. This, I know what to do. I just can't do it. Does that mean if you beat it, you'll name changed Agent Smiley? Nope. I'm permanently unhappy now. I have actually cleared this level. I have actually done this a couple times. It's just that it happens such a low percentage of my tries. That's my problem. Pineapple can do that too. Like kiwi, if you eat too much of it, it can mess up your mouth and tongue and throat. Wow. Almost 12:30. It's 2:30 a.m. for me right now. I stream at very unreasonable times. I live on kind of a backward schedule. Gotta take the kids to school, Long says. Good luck with the rest of the game. Thank you for being here, Long. Have a safe trip to school, and hopefully we will see you again in the near future. But be well in the meantime. Doing so well for so long. I think if I don't make it here to this spot with like at least 40 seconds, which I'm, like 5 seconds behind on what I think I need, I think that it's hopeless. Because I need to come out of that side with 10 seconds, and I always have 15. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're through. We're through. Crumple it up, throw it in the trash. Earthworm gem is garbage. This game makes me so mad. Hey, Master Tuesday, welcome in. Thank you for the pistachios. Let me do this. Well, never mind. I was gonna do the bonus level and then enjoy the pistachios, but there's nowhere safe to stand on either level, so. Truly groovy, Cow says. Thank you. Thank you for the trophies. Thank you for the GG Buddha fingers. Got to see you do it before I left, Long says. I mean, don't worry, Long. I'm not going to beat this game tonight, so there'll be plenty more opportunities to watch me suffer. Might be wrong again, but I think there's a level like this in part 2 where you are still Jim, but you're in a different form or something, like an amoeba or something. Oh my. couldn't say. I watched a few cooking channels on YouTube. They used pineapple versus meat tenderizing powder, and the pineapple broke the meat down way more than the chemical made specifically for tenderizing meat. That's a good tip. Marinate your meat with pineapple. I'd be a little bit worried though, because like I'd be a little bit worried that it would char faster. Because of the sugars in the pineapple, but they said it made the meat a little too mushy. Oh, well, never mind. Alright, so pistachios, my favorite nut. Oh, and happy Tuesday, Master Tuesday, if I forgot to say. Thank you again for these. I have almonds and I have cashews basically every day. But pistachios are my favorite. "24 hours and I'm 32. Happy almost birthday, Tusk. I hope it turns out to be a great one for you." Warp Zone. I always like that in Super Meat Boy when you go into the bonus levels and it says Warp Zone. Makes me think of that when you go fast on this level for some reason. I don't really have birthdays anymore. This is the first year in over a decade I won't be working on my birthday. Are you gonna throw a Moo I'm 32 themed birthday party? Cow's ass. Bungee jumping levels I really, really despise. I think I said before that I hate this worse than the submarine. But then the submarine just treated me so poorly right now that I think I may actually prefer this to the submarine. I don't know, it's hard to tell. They're both so bad. This is so tedious, and I have so little idea of, like, what I'm doing. It's not fun to control. It lasts forever. There's really nothing good to say about the bungee jumping. I guess it would be okay. It would be okay if you didn't have to do this 3 times. Like, if it were a one-time set piece, I'd be like, alright, that's janky and uncomfortable and tedious, but I did it once, it's over, it's cool they tried something. But no, they make you do it 3 times. So again, like, all potential goodwill that I could possibly have for the situation evaporates. And all that's left is a fiery loathing. Were you saying you don't like this game? I think I've long ago reached the, like, I've exhausted the ways that are available to me in the English language to express the concept of I dislike this game. Cal says, neither do I really celebrate birthdays either, but I was looking for cow-themed candies for my last birthday and encountered lots of Moo I'm 2 party decorations and decided that I'm going to do a Moo I'm 32 party purely because the theme is perfect. Beautiful cows. Just beautiful. I need to shut up. Apparently my memory was wrong about this series and levels twice tonight, I think Dynamite says. No worries. No worries. I say, I'm not really an expert in it. Why do you do this to yourself? If I didn't Streaming Fist, we wouldn't have a stream. I don't know why I'm like this. Thank you for the stretch break, Game and Fit, and the hydrate. I could use both of those. Make the camera big, we can all stretch together. Nonsense, we'd still have 50 video games included. Coming right up. As soon as this attempt expires. Unlock your inner zen. Become one with the game. Let the controller be an extension of your hands. Hey, Hrafnir, welcome in. I hope all is well with you tonight. It is normal for some unpopped popcorn kernels to remain in a fully popped bag. Do not reheat unpopped kernels or reuse bag. So I've heard, Streaming Fist. Second chance kernels, the Mansta says. Those unpopped kernels, I eat them anyway. I'm not gonna let them rob me of my calories. Not that easily. Mansto, welcome in. If I didn't say it, pleasure to have you here. It's kind of funny when the cows come over. Some of the neighbors are terrified of them. I like to walk out and feed them carrots and stuff. I figure if they ever stampede, they'll notice I was always nice. I love the frowny art above your camera. Oh, the ET? Thank you. It's one of the very few pieces of frowny art that's like a whole character. Where it's a character with like a complete body. Usually Frownie is kind of like a Rayman type character with floating limbs. It's weird to see everything attached into one cohesive body. I'm so close to the grave right now. I really wish the monster down below could eat this jerk. Instead of just me. Cool. Cool. Dead. We were so close to being done with this guy. Popcorn is bogus. I really enjoy popcorn. My big sister has for years screamed cows, cows whenever she sees them or a depiction of them. I'm the same way, Cows says. You know what? You're right. It's big corn propaganda. They want you to not eat the whole bag, so you'll buy more popcorn. Repop, revolt. Yeah, so that's it. We're bungee jumping. We're supposed to knock this guy into the walls, and by doing so, his bungee cord loses health, and then he dies. But if he hits you while he's spinning, and granted he can spin anytime he wants, and he's invincible while he does it, then you lose health instead. Also, you lose health if you accidentally bump yourself into the wall, which I am very good at doing. It's janky and frustrating and annoying, and it goes on forever and ever. It's there's no good adjectives about it. It's tedious, it's terrible. I can't stand it, and you have to do it 3 times. And also, that monster down at the end at the bottom can one-hit KO you if it feels like it. This is a bad level made by bad people in a bad game. The health bar is a bungee cord that becomes a narrower and narrower strand as it's weakened. It's actually not a terrible idea. It's just agonizing execution. Popcorn's not bogus, Streaming Fist says. You just have to season it better. Thank you for the GG. It's not over yet, though. No good adjectives about it is a Frownie delight. Be careful. Redenbacher will send out the goons. PK, welcome in. Magikarp. Yeah, the Magikarp's a new addition. I just found this Magikarp a couple days ago. I've been on the hunt for one. I've kind of been collecting these corduroy Pokemon plushies. You can't see them very well, but I've got the four starters and Jigglypuff and Eevee, all from Gen 1, and then Teddy Ursa and Piplup. I recognize them, but I didn't play the games they're from. And then I just got Magikarp. It is my favorite of the plushie collection, I have to admit, but I am biased. Cal says in favor of Magikarp. They make me want to do a Pokemon Yellow playthrough. I've been talking about it for months, and I imagine we'll eventually do it, but it's still probably going to be quite a ways off. I mean, I'm currently working on one RPG as it is, and I don't think I want to do multiples, and there are others that I'm thinking about doing, so there may be a lot of games in the way. Sorry, it's hard to look away from this game, and I wanna keep up with the chat. You passed up Mike Matei as far as playing games, bad games, so we don't have to. I don't know about that, but I definitely play my fair share of trash. I think your friends need some pistachios, Mansta says. How did this guy get reattached? I don't know. It's killing me. It's killing me. I'd love to see a Pokemon Yellow playthrough, Tusk says. Well, thank you, Tusk. I figure, because, like, I don't think I'm ever gonna evolve past Gen 1 when it comes to Pokemon. I think my heart is firmly situated in Gen 1 for all time. But I thought that, I played Pokemon Blue, and I've never played Yellow, so I thought Yellow would be, like, because I know it's a little different from Blue and Red in some very small ways, so I thought that'd be a good way to play, where it'd kind of be a new game, but not really, so it'd still be nostalgic. That's why I'm leaning toward Yellow. But I was thinking about doing a playthrough, and I was thinking about doing some trading real early, so that I can have a team that's have a team of Pokemon that are represented by the plushies that I have, and then just play through with that team and never evolve them or anything. That's sort of the rule set that I'm leaning toward, which isn't much of a challenge, like compared to what, compared to how people play, like, crazy Pokemon challenges, but I mean, I am nowhere near expert enough for any of that kind of stuff. We have to do this all over again. I'm like that with Transformers. Just give me G1 IP. Sadly, my knowledge of Transformers is completely non-existent. I've dabbled a little bit in other gens of Pokemon, but I could never see them very far into the game. This takes forever. And I'm not even winning. So I'm probably gonna die and have to do it again. Oh, I hate this so much. Get me out of here. The boss cannot get eaten. Thank you for the GG. I think Pokemon Crystal was peak Pokemon, Tusk says. My sister had Crystal. I think that was her first Pokemon game. I think that was one of her first video games. Was Pokemon Crystal. I don't count, like, I played Gold, but I don't count it because I got Gold, you know, when I got Gold, all I did was transfer my team over from Blue, and I just steamrolled the game, so I didn't really play it. And then that's it. I'd never, other than Pokemon Arceus, I've never been all the way through another Pokemon game. Generation 1 Transformers, the originals from the 80s, and the 85 movie, Mansta says. Kaizo / Iron Man Pokemon challenges are too ridiculous for my blood. You have to know way too much about the game. Crystal's a good time. I feel like Gen 2 was too easy. Gen 3 had a good amount of challenge, Chozo says. I played football and wrestled, Dynamite says, you geeks, but I'm a geek too. I ain't mad at you. I played basketball for a year on my school team when I was in middle school, and that's really the only sports that I participated in school. They wanted me for the football team. But I just didn't have the interest. Instead, I joined the academic team so I could go to school on Saturdays and take extra tests for fun. That's how cool I was in high school. This is a cool sequence for a Game Boy game. I mean, it's pretty much ripped exactly from the Super NES game. I think this level here is the furthest I've been in the game. I don't think I've completed this one. I've been here a couple times. This is the escort mission level. Again, ripped directly from the Super Nintendo game. More or less. The things that I say they're taken directly from it, they are slightly modified, but not in a meaningful way, typically. I've boxed since I was 10 at Gracie Gym, Tusk says. And a Gracie Gym opened up when I was 13. Those are my two sports. If boxing had ever been presented to me as an option when I was growing up, it might have been something I would have participated in. I mean, who could say for sure, right? What might have been, but boxing is the sport that I came closest to having an interest in as a kid. I didn't ever really watch or follow any other sports, and I didn't really follow boxing. But my parents were into it, and so I would watch matches with them sometimes, which is more than I can say for any other sport. That health. And I need to not get hit and make it pointless. Chicken, yes. This level goes on for too long. No. It just goes on and on. Don't take me so far back. This game is a jerk. Stop with the meteors. It feels like the level's repeating. It feels like the level's just repeating itself. Ugh, I hate this. I found a checkpoint worse than Haunted Castle. I found a checkpoint worse than Haunted Castle. That series of obstacles is impossible. There is no way. It's all too close together. There's no way you can do this. Really? That makes him jump backward? I never knew that. Cool. I'm dead. Hey, Angelus, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Welcome to the end of Earthworm Gym for the night. There's no way I'm getting past this. We have come to the end of the world. I am furious. Life is bad. I hope you've had a better night than me. Tell us what you're playing and how it went. Hrafnir with only 2 buttons. One button is jump, but the A button is jump. The B button is both shoot and whip. You tap the button for a whip, you hold the button for a shoot, and the game always does the wrong thing. Cal says, that's cool. I was one of those nerdy jocks in school too, but haven't kept up with any of my sports. I'm too antisocial to get people together for it. I can relate to that, Cows. My neighbor got me into it, and I've loved it ever since. I still go to the gym 4 times a week, even though I don't do leagues or anything anymore. Right on. Yeah. I beat Kid Cool for the NES. It's kind of janky, but not awful, just mediocre. Right on, GG on the victory. I've not heard a lot of good things about that game. I'd kind of thought of it as one of those that's supposed to be like one of those masterpieces of jank. I am losing my mind playing this one. I got hurt during my iframes. That's not right. Oh, please. Please let this be the end. Oh, what an awful nightmare. What a terrible, terrible garbage game. I'm so mad at it for existing. That guy just stole my energy spear, whatever it is. I didn't think you could pick those up. I got hurt during my iframes. Thoughts from Dark Souls, from a Dark Souls 2 player. Helicopter. All right. I know what this is from the, from the other one. There's some annoying things like invisible blocks that can mess up your jump, and you can die in one hit if you lose your furry friend that you throw at enemies. Does kind of remind me of Battletoads when you think about it. Not in difficulty as much in sequence of weird mini-games, more or less. Yeah, I've made that comparison to Dynamite. I agree with you. It's a lot like Battletoads in its like level of variety. It's just Battletoads does everything it does pretty well, and this does everything it does very frustrating. Glad I got that one up, I guess. Cool, I wanted that one up. I don't know how you're supposed to get it. But it's very cool that there's an impossible one up over there. Oh, there's a thing to swing on. I take it back. I guess, if I have to. I don't know how to swing when I'm on a helicopter like this, though. Oh, goodness. These 1-ups are now mandatory. Kid Cool does have unlimited continues, so if you lose all of your lives, all that happens is the king that wants you to acquire for him 7 different herbs. The king just resurrects you indefinitely, so lives are kind of pointless. The 1-ups don't respawn. And that's it, my friends. That's where the playthrough ends. You only get 1 continue. It's a what is a 1 continue game? Boy, I hate this game. Oh, Earthworm Jim is a never-ending nightmare. It's a calamity of calamities. It's a pure catastrophe. It's boy, what an awful, miserable, frustrating experience. I know, 1 continue. I'd rather have no continues. I think that helicopter stage is the next to last level. I think there's one more after that, if I remember the SNES game correctly. I don't know when or if I'm ever gonna beat this though, my friends. We're done with it for now. I'll probably come back to it another day. I don't know when it will be on the schedule again. Certainly not this week. Probably not next week. Like I've done with this game, I'm going to take a break from it. I do hope to eventually beat it someday. I'd like to beat it before doing Earthworm Jim 2. But yeah, we'll torture me with other games for now. We're gonna take a short BRB, and we're gonna switch gears, and we're gonna play 50 video games included for a while. It's a collection of it's a plug and play with a collection of games of varying quality. Most of them pretty janky and dubious, but some of them quite magical. I've really enjoyed our time spent with 50 video games included so far, and I have high hopes for another good night with it. So if you want to come along for that adventure, should be a good one based on past experiences. Just stand around for a few moments, and we'll do that after the BRB. Tomorrow night on the stream, just what I'm thinking about it, is Mystic Quest in the first part of the stream. We're going to start the stream with Mystic Quest. It might be all we do for the night. Tomorrow, I have to end the stream a little bit earlier. I always say that, and then I never do. So Mystic Quest might be the only thing we do. If we do something else, it'll probably be Super Ghouls and Ghosts in the second part of tomorrow night's stream. But that's not necessarily official. Need to get some work done. Good night, Hrafnir says. Good night, Hrafnir. Thank you for stopping in. I want to play... Oh, these are your... These the Legend of Zealot and Adventures of Hi Hi, Sparrow says. These are your bootleg game names. Alright, I'll see you again in a moment, my friends.